After finishing Silksong, I kept thinking about all the little things that make this game so special. Not this one though. From subtle animations to small interactions, every corner of this game feels alive. Fair warning though, there will be major spoilers, so if you still haven't finished the game, maybe save this video for later. But if you have or you don't mind spoilers, let's jump into 25 amazing details that really make exploring Parloom such a fun and immersive adventure. So the first thing that caught my eye was the level of detail on the game's maps. You can find Chakra actually drawing the maps and having them stored in her backpack. She even has her own little descriptions of the places, and each map has a completely different design. So for Belle Art there's this tiny vale, Mount Face is covered in snow and sealed with feathers, while Sinner's Road is wrapped in barbed wire. Use a look at all of them. It feels like she just grabbed whatever was close by to wrap them up, and it really gives each one a unique style. After defeating the savage beastfly, Hornet mentions in the journal entry that it stirs some primal instinct deep within her. Once you equip the beast crest, you find out exactly what she means. Hornet's taunt animation becomes far more aggressive and primal, with a fierce, animal-like sound. Honestly, I just hope I never do anything to upset her. The taunt interactions go even deeper. If you equip the chakra rings and use your taunt, Hornet will shout Chakra's signature quote. Even better, if you do it near Chakra herself, she'll join in and say it right along with you. The attention to detail in Parloom's creatures is amazing. Take the ants for example. In the game, they carry away dead bodies, just like real ants do in a behavior called necrophoresis, which helps keep the colony clean and prevents diseases from spreading. But they don't stop there. You can even spot them hauling off items like shards, rosaries, and sometimes even your own tools like the floor traps, the chakra rings, and even this little device that comes out of the cockflies. It's such a small thing, but it makes Parloom feel like a real ecosystem. When Hornet lands from a big fall, the impact sends out a visible shockwave that kicks up nearby objects like rosaries. And the cool thing is the force of the shockwave even gets weaker with distance, a small but effective game design trick that gives her every fall a real sense of weight. Hornet's tools interact with the environment in realistic ways. If you imbue your weapon with fire and then jump into the water, the fire is immediately extinguished with a realistic hiss sound and a puff of smoke. Sticking with fire, if you push an enemy against magma, it burns them a little, and if the body happens to fall next to the magma, the heat will set it ablaze until it burns out. Hornet's personality shines through in her journal entries for the creatures of Parloom. She finds many of the bugs extremely cute, even admitting she wants to adopt some as pets, such as this one disguised as a flower, and this one up in Mount Fae. She also mentions she would like to ride on the backs of the large, dinosaur-like ones and learn how to skate along the water surface if she had the time. But she also despises certain enemies, mentioning that some from the slab smell so bad they really need to take a shower. The knight in Hollow Knight didn't really sleep, just rested on benches. Hornet, on the other end, actually gets some proper shut-eye. In her house, if you sit on her bed and you wait a moment, you can find a unique animation of her going to sleep. This is such an adorable moment, showing she finally gets to relax after everything she's been through. And the attention to detail in Hornet's home doesn't stop there. While she's sleeping, you can pull up the map, and she has this cute animation where she just looks it over while lying on her side. This next one is really sweet. When you sit at a bench or you lie down to sleep, your cockflies follow your lead and also go to sleep. It's so adorable. It gets even cuter. If Hornet plays her needle in, her little cockfly companions will start singing. And if you try to play while they're sleeping, they wake up just to sing you a lullaby. This next one is mind-blowing. After you defeat the boss Moorwing, its body remains on the ground until you help the fleas move to that location. At first, it seemed like the body just disappeared, but if you look closely, you'll see that they've tied Moorwing to one of their caravans and are carrying him wherever they go. As you can see, in the next stop, is still right there. When they finally settle in their last stop, Utopia, the body is gone. That is, until the festival, where you can see this giant corpse being roasted. You recognize those stripes? Yep, that's Moorwing. I guess they were just saving him for a special occasion. You can really feel how much care went into every part of this world. If you've been enjoying these Silksong details and you want to see more, leave a like and consider subscribing. Alright, let's get back to it. At one point, Hornet can be captured and locked in the prison. The guards steal her clothes and all of her gear. If you try to open your map menu while you're there, the only map available is the one for the slab itself, which you got from this dead Michael Schofield. And since they also stole her quill and compass, she can't update the map or check her location. And there's another cool detail here. The first key you find shows up alone in the inventory, but as you pick up the others, Hornet bundles them into a little keychain, keeping them together so she knows they all unlock doors in the slab. After surviving the slab, Hornet definitely deserves a little me time. Down in the deep docks, there's a tiny spot where you can just sit for a moment. And if you wait, water starts pouring while steam fills the room, creating a really cozy sauna for Hornet. This is one of my favorites. There's this flea who's trapped because she's terrified of this big enemy nearby. She's not really physically constrained by anything. If you help her, she escapes safely. But if you only find her in Act 3, that enemy is actually gone, killed by the void. You think she could finally leave, except now she's caught in void tendrils instead. It's the only flea I noticed where the reason for being trapped actually changes in Act 3 if you didn't save her before. Did you find any others? Let me know in the comments. Here's a funny one. Some quests require you to gather clothes from enemies. When you defeat them, Hornet picks the item up, and if you look at the corpses, they're left completely naked. Speaking of quests, the things you gather for settlements do matter. NPCs will ask you for items like clothes or pins. After you turn in the quests, if you look closely at the settlement, you'll see it has physically changed. They'll hang the clothes on lines and put the pins on an armory rack, making it feel like your actions have a real, rewarding impact. Early in the game, you have a quest to save 5 fleas. The quest menu shows the layout of the 5, so you can track how many you've rescued. For the common fleas, it just shows the default icon, but if you save one of the 3 unique ones, their actual faces appeared in the layout instead. It's such a small touch, but it really makes those unique characters feel special. Carmelita might be one of the game's toughest bosses, but did you notice she fights with her eyes closed? Looking at the journal entries, all the other Scar have wide open eyes, but Carmelita's are shut tight. The entry states, she once possessed skill to rival my own. I think that's some good coping on Hornet's part, cause if she can pull all that with her eyes closed, I don't even want to know what she's like with them opened. Next up, we got Vogue, who is initially camping away from the main group. If you look closely at the ground next to her, you'll see a few discarded bottles. These are really similar to the flea brew bottles that increase your movement speed, which is a cool little detail showing that she also drinks them. Trobio has to be the most dramatic character in the game. After both of his boss fights, he doesn't actually die, he just pretends to. The first time, he plays dead on the floor, but you can see him peeking to check if you're still there. The second time, he hides, and if you wait, you can see him trying to emerge before spotting you and ducking back into hiding. Sticking with cool bosses, during Phantom's fight, you can spot her holding her mask. At first, it seemed like it would fall off if she didn't. But seeing that she lets go whenever she attacks, I wonder why she holds it at all. Is it just for the style? What do you guys think? Up in Mount Faye, there's this bench sitting next to a small brazier. The heat from the fire has melted all the snow on the left side, leaving it clear, while the other end is still completely covered. It's such a tiny detail, but it really helps sell the coziness of this place. And finally, an amazing throwback. In Act 3, Sprintmaster Swift gives you the fastest in Farloom quest. If you check out the symbol closely, you'll see that it's the same design as the Dashmaster charm from Hollow Knight, a small detail / Easter egg that longtime fans surely appreciate. So there you have it, 25 amazing details that show just how much care and thought went into Silksong. These were just some of the things that stood out to me, but I'm sure there's even more hidden out there. Let me know in the comments which detail surprised you the most, or if you found one that I didn't catch. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.